Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly reading for February 2026. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in, Cancer. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview, then your full Celtic cross spread. Then we're going to break it down week by week. We'll talk about some of these aspects, pull more cards, and then the second spread. Yeah, Cancer, this is looking like a really great month for you. And by the way, yeah, we're here. Cue the trumpets. I mean, the gateway, right, to our brand new era, the birth of our new world. And you know this is a pivotal month. It's so pivotal that it's a Saturn-Neptune conjunction. It's helping define the future of the 21st century. And January, as you know, is the cracking of the egg. February is your first breath in your new reality, okay? Or gasp, or scream, or cheer. You do you, right? You do you. But get excited because you made it. And this is huge. This has never happened in modern human history. Saturn conjunct Neptune, 0 degrees. The world axis, right? In Aries, and we're talking thousands of years, meaning we're the first to experience this. This is a huge reality shift. It's a frequency shift. And what actually makes it really rare, by the way, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, 0 degrees Aries, is the rare orbit. It's this orbit of these planets, allowing them to precisely align at this extremely narrow window for an exact conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, the very first degree in the very first sign of the zodiac, therefore the beginning of the beginning. So this is the great reset. This is the great collapse. This is the great awakening. February isn't really a month. It's your last glance back at your old you, the old world, as you truly begin to create your new reality. So I actually did a whole video on what you can expect for the next 2 years for you with Saturn conjunct Neptune as part of the rare grand trine, the prism portal. I'll leave it at the end of this video. Just know this is going to have significant impact in your life. And if you are a subscriber, you will remember me saying every month, every week since the moment Saturn and Neptune briefly met in May, right, to 2025, for that short period of time over the summer, to take inspired action and put yourself where you want to be by now. All right? Every week I said, wax on, wax off. I said, put in the work. I said, out with the old, in with the new. Everything's about to change. Saturn, turns your dreams into reality. And Neptune dissolves your old systems and structures. I mean, you're entering brand new epoch. And actually last summer I launched my website Great Awakener to prepare you for this moment, because I've seen what's coming for the next 2 years. The next, actually up until 2032 is where it's at. But you're on the brink of change. You're moving into this great paradigm shift. And again, your reality will shift. Saturn is reality. And you're already experiencing it, right? All this change. You'll be adapting to more change. February, obviously, is going to be more than this conjunction, yeah? And I did a video in February, the astrology overview. I'll leave that at the end of the video. But I explained I've never seen a month like February 2026, where all the aspects this month are perfectly and suspiciously placed, as if carefully handpicked and designed, as if something cosmically divine played a role in preparing you to leave everything behind for your new you. Now, February, 3 things before we dive right in. This is what you're going to experience. We're moving into eclipse season. Eclipses bring the unexpected. They're game changers, as you know, okay? B, almost all the planetary aspects are with Uranus, okay? The planet of the unexpected and change. And then 3, the majority of the aspects and alignments in general are going to be with Chiron, the wounded healer, and the North Node. So expect change, expect the unexpected, expect to heal old wounds to make room for destined life events. That is February. And yes, there's more on the back, okay? The party's in the back, by the way. And not everything is on the whiteboard, and we're not going to go over everything, okay? Some of it we're going to do when we break it down week by week. But we start on Sunday, February 1st. You got the full moon in Leo. Yeah? 13 degrees. This is going to be a big one for you. And you know that right off the bat, you're already releasing, right? This is a full moon. You're the ruler of the moon, right? The moon rules you. This is going to bring completion, major turning points. And obviously they're emotional, but there's something really satisfying here. There's something joyful. I mean, it is in Leo, right? So you get to fully express your authentic self. This is turning the spotlight on you. And so we'll talk about it more next week, but two things. A, Leo rules your second house of income, salary, finances. A lot of you are going to have changes, right? But Leo also rules the heart. And so there's great passion here. So you could feel emotionally moved around this time. Second house is also like material possessions. It's your values, but it's also self-worth. It's self-value. So it's Leo energy. Leo energy is confident. So there's something that could be very empowering for you here. And yes, a lot of home and family energy and relationships as well as creative projects. But remember, we're still in Aquarius season 2. And that's what makes it like for you. I'm already thinking of the summer. I'm already thinking of when the nodes move into Aquarius and Leo. Remember, that's going to happen for you. And those are your 2 money houses. Aquarius, we still have 5 planets in Aquarius until February 6th. And that's your 8th house of other people's money, of shared resources. And so it's also, Pluto and Aquarius, like revelations and truths coming to the surface, especially with money and building wealth and your legacy and inheritance and investments and, relationships, investors, business partners, all of that. Yeah. So there could be something here, but the focus seems to be on self-worth, self-value. There's depth here. Yeah. Okay. But you are truly transforming now. And of course, we'll talk about it a lot more next week. Yeah. The next thing is, and if you are a cross watcher, by the way, if you watch for a rising or your moon or for your, husband, George, or your sister, Georgina, the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, will really feel this full moon. And I mean, you will too. Again, the moon's your ruler. If you've got any planets 11 to 15 degrees in any of those signs, right? The fixed signs, like, you're going to feel it. All right. Now, Tuesday's a big day. It's so close to that full moon too, February 3rd. Uranus is stationing direct, 27 degrees. So this is very interesting because remember, when Uranus moves, he moves. You're going to feel this. Uranus, the sky god, right? The planet of surprises and the unexpected and breakthroughs and revelations and shocks to the system, right? He's got to shake the ground under your crocs. Like, this is a reminder for you to shake things up in your life, to be innovative. This is Uranus's wake-up calls. Here's the thing. This is definitely going to take you out of your comfort zone, but it's almost like I think that you're going to love it because ever since September 6th, Uranus was retrograde. And you could have felt stalled. You could have felt stuck when it came to your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and aspirations, as well as friendships and groups and organizations that you belong to. So Uranus is progress and forward momentum and breakthroughs, and Uranus is in Taurus. There could be some big movement here with finances for you, all right? Especially with a full moon Aquarius season, just so you know, all right? Now, the other thing that's happening is Friday, February 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces, and so we'll be here all month, okay? It's a planet of communication, logic, thinking, the planet of the mind, right? And so Pisces is a little too new age for Mercury. He's like, I'm super rational. I need facts and logic. And Pisces is very like dreamer energy, intuition, spirituality, the higher mind. So it takes a little bit of time for Mercury to acclimate, and he learns, to be compassionate and soulful. He learns how to play the, saxophone, things like that. But anyway, I always say Mercury in Pisces is poetry in motion. And so this is a really good time for you to write your daydreams down and make them real dreams. Speak your creative ideas into the ether. Bring empathy into your communication. This is going to be very spiritual for you because Pisces rules your ninth house of spirituality. And it's more than that. It's like your worldview, it's your philosophies, it's a lot of education. You may be going back to school. You may actually take online courses, decide to, become a teacher. I mean, you're going to be communicating at a very spiritual, even metaphysical, like all of that. We'll talk about it again next week. But the other thing is that Sunday, February 8th, just letting you know, there's 4 squares with Uranus, okay? This is one of them, right? It's with Venus. Venus rules love, but also money. Squaring Uranus in the sign of money. You got a lot of money stuff, is all I'm saying, all right? There may be the ending of a friendship, too, maybe around this time. Or I wouldn't even say, like, just, let's just say activity here, all right? There's a little bit of, this is like breakups, but also breakthroughs. All right. So just letting you know, keeping you prepared. But we'll talk about it a lot more next week because we have mutual reception here. Okay. Venus is Taurus's ruler. Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. So it feels like there is compromise here. Yeah. Anyway, the other thing that's happening is Tuesday, February 10th, Venus moves into Pisces. So here, this is very interesting. Venus is exalted in Pisces. You already have Mercury in Pisces. And so I would really, really think about, you're definitely going to have like a big spiritual moment. All right. Even before we get to Pisces season, because again, Pisces rules your 9th house and it is all about the higher mind. Yeah. I mean, the 9th house is the house of the gods. So you could also do travel. Publishing may be a big theme for you. Are you writing a book? I mean, we're going to have some conjunctions with the North Node. The other thing is that you will, let's see here. I don't know. Venus is exalted in Pisces. So I just really love this for you. You've got Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Pisces. It's just, you're just about to have the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, which we'll talk about, but this is just very romantic, okay? Venus does her best in Pisces. There's so much empathy and romanticism. And again, there may be some big trips that you're thinking of taking or planning on taking, as well as education is really highlighted for you, all right? Now, Thursday, February 13th is the big day when Saturn moves into Aries. You already experienced this. Remember, May 24th to September 1st. And last year, right? And Neptune was already there. So Saturn and Neptune were already conjuncting, right? So think about that time. Like, what change did you experience or feel when it came to leadership, when it came to, work? You get promoted? Did you start your own business? What bold new venture did you initiate? This is your 10th house. Yeah. Aries rules your 10th of career, of fame, of recognition, of achievements, of validation, of all of that. Even if you're not here for career, it's very public facing. It's just like how you want to be perceived for whatever your passions are. But you could have spent time redefining your identity, reinventing yourself. It's Aries. Aries is the I am of the zodiac, the emperor. In tarot, you became a boss or an authority, or maybe even embraced more discipline. You had zero tolerance. This is maybe even set up like meaningful boundaries. Yeah. Especially again in career or just there was a lot happening. You could have taken on a lot more responsibilities. But you could have also been impatient. You could have felt that Saturn and Aries energy. Saturn likes things slow and steady. Aries doesn't. And so either way, maybe you felt like you learned a lot. We still had the North Node in Pisces, So, and Saturn is karma. So if you did the work, Saturn rewarded you, but then Saturn moved back into Pisces. And then all the planets started retrograding. And so there could have been, again, that feeling of feeling stuck, but you've got unfinished business. Last summer was like the trailer of the main feature, okay? Life lessons, big lessons you're about to have in career, all right? Big energy there. Up until April 2028, okay? And again, they're conjunct officially, right? Saturn and Neptune at this point, meaning they're merging their energies together up until February 20th when, the perfection, right? So this is when the countdown officially starts, and we'll talk about it when we get to your weekly forecast. You actually also, there may be something solidified for you when we get to Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's not on the whiteboard, but I'm looking at what's going on for you, Cancer. This is Friday, February 14th. Just so you know, it's not exactly like a fun and flirty romantic night out type of vibe, because the moon will be in Capricorn. And what that means for you is there may be something actually like a serious conversation here. If you are in a relationship, if you are going steady with someone, or even in a work capacity, but this is going to be like, what are we? Are we going to do this? I want a ring on my finger. I need a car. Whatever it is, it's so like all about your long-term goals and plans, and it's all about commitments. This is, the moon will be in Capricorn. That is your 7th house of relationships and love and marriage and partnerships, and it can be business partners and whatnot. So just keep that in mind, all right? Because it is going to, it will trine Uranus and Taurus. Again, your 11th house of your future commitments. So there could be some surprises, okay? That's like, say I do. Anyway, February 16th to the 22nd, we kind of have like the biggest, this is the strongest concentration of energy all month, all right? So Sunday, February 16th, is when the sun, and this is just another Uranus square, Sun will square Uranus, but we'll talk about that next week. Or actually, we'll talk about that when we break it down after your main spread, but what I wanted to show you is Mercury will trine Jupiter. Yeah. So, Jupiter's in your sign, exalted. And why I love this, we didn't see Jupiter at all last month. So this is really special. And Jupiter, as I said, exalted in your sign, but at 15 degrees, that's Jupiter's degree of exaltation, his strongest point in his exaltation. So it's like at the pinnacle here of, perfection and protection. And it's really nice. You could have some really great downloads, especially with Mercury and Pisces here. There could be something really nice about your dreams, really nurturing conversations. There's something here that could open your mind. Jupiter expands. Remember, Mercury's in Pisces in your 9th house anyway. So I love what's happening here for you. Okay, this is really great. A lot of energy around home and family and your loved ones. You could hear great news. You could, make an exciting announcement yourself. So really, really wonderful. Would not be surprised if there was something here with like writing and publishing, by the way. All right. Now, the other thing that's happening is Monday, February 17th is like possibly like the most meaningful day of the month. I think you're going to have like really big moments here. And when I say big moments for you, really deep moments, okay, with the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. So this at 29 degrees, and this new moon happens to be on the same day that we kick off the year of the fire horse. So it's a big deal. I talk a lot about it, okay, and on Great Awakener, everywhere. I've talked about it. Think about the last 2 weeks of January. All those conjunctions that you had, especially with Pluto, all in Aquarius, in your 8th house of, like I said, building your wealth, inheritance, investments, royalties, taxes, loans, joint bank accounts, also intimacy, building relationships, business partners, investors. That's all part of the 8th house. Yeah, the 8th house is death and rebirth, right? It's transformation. So you're going through some big change, especially with this eclipse. It is this surge of energy that you're going to feel. It's this huge radical leap forward for you. It's at 29 degrees, true ending and beginning here. All right. Remember, eclipses bring change. And this eclipse happens to square Uranus. All right. So expect change. But this is you being the change. Okay. There's a whole new approach, a whole new beginning that's happening that's going to carry you over for a year and a half. All right. It looks like there's just something here with partnerships that seems a really, really big. All right. As well as, like I said, shared resources, assets as well. You can even expect new friends, new communities and groups, maybe even audiences. There's a lot. Okay. And Aquarius is revolutionary. Yeah. So there is this around this time, especially with Uranus involved, Uranus being Aquarius's ruler, right? There is this sense of urgency, this now or never kind of energy, all right? This wake-up call that feels destined because the same day Venus will conjunct the North Node in Pisces. And eclipses already have this, element of karma, as do the nodes of fate, as does Saturn and Aries. So there is this convergence, okay, of something fated, this fated event that's very likely, very possible. And this is just one out of 3 conjunctions with the North Node this month, evenly spread out. Suspiciously. And remember Venus is exalted in Pisces, so it's just really deep and spiritual for you. It is your 9th house. You could have these major epiphanies. Something could just click about your path forward. So just think, this is Venus, all right? So love and relationships and money and creative projects and your values. You could have a sliding doors moment if you're single. There's just so much happening at this time. And talk about divine timing, right? With Tuesday, February 18th, we move into Pisces season. And then we have Saturn conjunct Neptune, 0 degrees, Aries. Thursday, February 20th. This is it. Yeah. The Great Reset. Also the Great Collapse. And that's because Saturn can turn your dreams into reality, right? Neptune can make it feel magical, but if you don't put in the work, if you get lost in Neptune's illusion and delusion and fantasy, Saturn will give you a huge reality check. Neptune will leave you in its fog. Saturn is boundaries and, limitations and structure, and Neptune is ideals and your faith and your beliefs, but also fantasy. Saturn builds, Neptune dissolves, and they're in Aries. So again, the I am, it is up to you. You decide how this works. Yeah. What stays, what goes. And, you're doing the right thing. You're moving the right direction. When you feel that divine, heroic commitment. And again, this is your 10th house. This is very public facing. It's career, it's fame, it's your reputation. This is when you earn the title of spiritual warrior and visionary leader, but you're gonna have to be willing to trust the unknown. Again, we've never experienced this, but we'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. Now, the other thing that's happening is Saturday. Yeah, we have another Venus. You're gonna love this. Venus in Pisces trine Jupiter in your sign, 15 degrees. This is the best and luckiest aspect of the month. And one of the year, actually, because you have an exalted Venus in Pisces, trine an exalted Jupiter in your sign that is at its degree of exaltation, but also Jupiter rules Pisces, right? Also, trines are the nature of Jupiter. Also, these are the two benefics, like the two brightest stars in the sky or planets in the sky. This is really nice. It's like a gift from the universe. I love this. There's so much optimism here, and there's just some like, yeah, it just feels like you will have a huge, like spiritual awakening. I mean, this is all about the big picture, but there's so much support around here. It's really great. It's so very nice, and again, I would not be surprised if a lot of y'all, have moments or I guess like embrace roles where you're imparting wisdom. But anyway, we'll talk about it more. And then Thursday, February 26th, Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces. Again, Mercury's detriment in Pisces. So it's just, I mean, coming after the sheer magnitude of all these aspects, powerful aspects, once in a lifetime aspects, it does feel like things could feel a little bit foggy. Yeah, there could be some confusion. Mercury in Pisces is like, when you're in a pool and you're underwater and you look up and it's all like, that's Mercury, but retrograde. But Mercury retrograde also, as you know, brings the delays and miscommunication and tech glitches and emails vanishing into thin air, things like that. So be very mindful. We'll talk about it when we get to your weekly forecast. But this is also, it's your 9th house. So there could be you reassessing, reviewing, realigning with just, again, your beliefs, your worldview, your philosophies. Maybe there's something here with, going back to school, studying something or picking up something that you were studying in the past. But remember, you want to use Mercury retrograde. It is a benefit. It allows you to slow down a bit. All right. Now, Friday, February 27th, we do have the Sun conjunct the North Node in Pisces. And then we have Mars square Uranus. So this is an interesting day. This is like destiny and disruption. So along your spiritual revolution that you're having with all these North Node conjunctions and Pisces, it's almost, you're going to feel like you're walking on water in another dimension, off planet. I mean, you just discovered your path to enlightenment. Like, you're right where you need to be with the Sun in the North Node. And naturally, that brings in, the South Node, right? So that's like karmic release, okay? And Mars square Uranus is actually, I don't mind it. It's you breaking free from anything that's got to go. Yeah? The only thing is, it's Mars and Uranus. So it can be very, Mars and Aquarius too, on top of that. And it being two fixed signs, Uranus and Taurus, right? And so it can be, very my way or no way, right? And Mars is the warrior. He's like a spear. Uranus can be chaos and breakdowns. And Mercury is retrograde. So just be very mindful on this day. We'll talk about it a lot more in your weekly forecast. It is very like bear pokey. But Mars is physicality. This is a great day to, exert energy. Yeah. Do something that surprises you. Go on a, spontaneous mountain climbing trip. Yeah, whatever you need to do, just channel this energy constructively. And yes, you will, that inner rebel within you will come out. It will come out. All right. And so a lot of this will have to do with, it's part of your transformation. It's your 8th house, but there could be relationships, money, love, sex, friendships, in groups involved. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you. Cancer, there's just so much happening. There's so much happening. It's a big month for you. Let's see let's get started. All right, Cancer. February 2026 for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, so Cancer, let me just see something here. All right, Cancer, how are y'all doing? Are you doing okay? I honestly, I look at February, it's all, yeah, there's got to be a lot of change. Anyway, I do a traditional Celtic Cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a monthly forecast. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. And, you know, I love y'all. You're amazing, Cancer. Thanks so much for being here. All right, let's get started. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting. You're ready. You're so ready. Oh, my gosh. This is great. It's like you're moving with the tides. Yeah. Anyway, you got the Six of Pentacles. Great. That's amazing. It feels like there is something here. It's, again, I feel like in the process of you becoming wiser, right? With all this Piscean energy, okay? Remember, you had Saturn there, you had Neptune there, you had North Node there. There's just a lot happening there. You got Mercury moving in there, Venus moving there, and that is your 9th house. So in the process of you becoming wiser, it feels like you're already doing that. Like you're already having an impact on people. There's wonderful supportive impact on people. And I feel like that's like a big theme for you. I feel like there could be something that you really invested a lot of time and energy into, because sure, this is a card where he's supporting others, but it takes that inspired action to do so. Yeah. And so I really love this. This is a card of like generosity and gratitude and, you know, higher mind. We call him this is the young Hierophant, right? And so before he gets there, he's got to go through the process, and it's what he wants. And so there is a sense of giving back. All right. And it feels really, really, really nice, because it feels like you are making a difference. You are having an impact on people's lives. Okay. Because it's like your life experience, you're using that to, you know, empower others. But at the same time, when I say you're giving back, it feels like you are just, like you already know your mission statement, right? That's the North Node. Because you have that Six of Swords. Okay? And you got these two sixes. Sixes, like everything's harmonizing for you. And the Six of Swords you're done. You're ready. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to move from one stage to another. And again, with all this Aquarius energy that you've been going through, even, you know, throughout this month, you'll still have planets in Aquarius. You have that new moon, solar eclipse in Aquarius. That is your 8th house of death and rebirth. And you can't have that rebirth without that death part. And so this is really great. You can even see my finger here. It's on the turbulent water. Yeah? And look at the direction they're going. So they're going from like this chaos to calm. And it's a whole other world. And with the swords in the boat, swords being, you know, truth, ultimately. But like thinking, like thoughts. It's the mental suit. It's almost like anything that may have happened, you're just like, I've accepted this. It's done. I'm not going to be stuck anymore. And so it feels like there's a whole perspective shift as well that you're going to be going through. But there is a sense of like, you know, forgive and forget, moving forward. This is the best thing for me. And I look forward to the unknown. Yeah? Now, you have the Empress in your challenge area. And so there could be someone in your life that, you know, is a little bit, you know, you're not seeing eye to eye. And it might be someone who feels like you don't want to be that person that's like, you're doing this too much, or you're you're really indulgent today. Like, you don't want to be that person. But there may be a point this month where there's going to be some things that you're going to have to say. And it could be, so, obviously it's the Empress. You see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart. I mean, this is super conscious love. This is, abundance and luxury and living life through passion and pleasure, but in your challenge area. And remember, all those Uranus squares with Taurus, I mean, those are people in your life, right? Uranus and Taurus, your 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius ruled, and we're still in Aquarius season with a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. So it does feel that it could even be multiple people, but it feels like you're moving forward from that. Okay? It feels like you're recognizing who I want to be in my life, who I don't want to be. And even with the Uranus squares, remember, I mean, there is one with Venus, there's one with Mercury, there's a couple of them, but they're all going to be squaring your 11th house of friendships. Okay? And people that you know. Now, King of Wands in your crown. Great. There you go. There's our Saturn conjunct Neptune, the direction I'm going, where I want to be. I want to be that leader. Yeah. I want to rise to the top. I want to be that person that has transformed, and people have seen it. People see the passion in my eyes. People understand that if I can do it, they can do it too. Like, there is a sense of like role model energy that's coming through. And then you also have that 8 of Cups here and the root of your spread. Nothing is wrong with these cups, yet he recognizes something's better for him and he deserves better. Yeah. We also see the eclipse. And what I love about this is that this is the last month that you will have Saturn in Pisces for the next 30 years or so, right? So this card is attributed to Saturn and Pisces. So again, there's something with this forward momentum right here, moving forward. It happened. This is what it is. But I feel this higher calling. I feel this calling. I'm moving forward. And then there you go. Queen of Cups. It's you. All right. Queen of Cups attributed to Cancer. And there you go. This is the just warmth from the Queen of Cups. And she's got so much heart, so much self-love. And this is someone who knows that she's in a position where when you have that self-love, when you're vibrating at that high frequency, when you're in touch with super conscious love, right? Love being the highest frequency, then you're good. That you're good. There's no self-doubt. There's nothing. This is having that, just doing what your heart desires. There's so much depth with the Queen of Cups, like emotional depth, emotional intelligence. And this is someone who is very like telepathic too. Like, she's so psychic, right? Because she's just got really strong intuition. I love it. You're good. You're actually really good. Let's get to your stuff. Cancer. What? Oh my gosh. You just have you're going through some change. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. And, and you're amazing. Cancer, stop it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, there's gonna be some changes. Yeah, this month you do have that 2 of Pentacles. All right, another Capricorn card. It's actually attributed to Jupiter in Capricorn, but there's just you've got to make decisions. Yeah, and for a lot of y'all, remember what I said. You've got that full moon in Leo. You've got the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Those are your 2 money houses. Then when we get to the summer, You got the nodes moving into, you know, Leo and Aquarius. I mean, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Leo. We have a full moon in Aquarius. Like, it's got to be, you know, that's like your next lesson, right? But for now, it looks like there's some decision that may have to do with work or career or profession or even just a passion of yours. Pentacles are a physical reality too. So if it's not that, it's just like a relationship. It could be anything, but it's got to be something where let's just prioritize something. Like, can't juggle all day. Can't juggle these. Now, Seven of Wands. This is the card if you are a cross watcher. What is going on? It's come out in every person's spread so far. Yeah. And so, Seven of Wands, it looks like it's in your external factors area. It feels like, honestly, the Seven of Wands is all about like standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand. It's all about, you know, courage and valor. But it does feel like there is something here where someone's not opening up to you. It does feel like there's a little bit of like competitive energy too, maybe in the workspace, but I just don't think that I think there just needs to be a conversation about something that may have to do with work or money, okay? And it could even have an impact on you in terms of your self-worth, your self-value. It just feels like someone won't let you in, all right? So you're going to have a conversation, but you got the Queen of Wands. I love that you got the pair. I mean, the wands are all about your passions and a lot of creative energy. I mean, it's the spirit of fire, right? Wands. So it's like that fire in your belly. But I love that. Queen of Wands is a lot more intimate, obviously, than, you know, the King of Wands. But this is, I mean, she's also, you know, the entrepreneur. This is someone who is radiating. She's got this vibrancy and strength and just so much passion. And so you can already see this move into this, you know, leadership role that has got your name on it, right? With Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. And then you have the Three of Swords. There's something, there's going to be change. All right? There's going to be change. Three of Swords. It doesn't even feel, let me see something here. I'll clarify it. It does, I'm going to check. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Whatever it is, the Three of Swords, obviously, like the heartbreak card, the heartache card, it could even be like you overthinking something that could have had some sort of emotional impact on you or will this month, right? But it doesn't it feels like you're ready for it. Yeah. It feels like, look, you're ready. This is you taking that inspired action, right? And so I think that you're ready for it. I think that, you know, it's just going to make you stronger. You know, it's something that, you know, makes you feel a lot more empowered after. And so whether it's something that happens circumstantially, whether it's something that even you do, like, you know, maybe you quit a job or you end something, or there just could be something here where it's done and you're ready. You've been ready. So it's empowering. I mean, you have the Strength card clarifying it. So let's break it down week by week. And remember what I said, like, you have a lot of 8th house energy. So there is going to be change. And that is, you know, the 8th house represents like transformation, regeneration, right? So let's break it down week by week, Cancer. The first week of February, you've got that full moon in Leo. Yeah. I think that, yeah, well, I mean, you got Uranus moving direct. I'll give you one thing that I wanted. Okay, so here it is. Wednesday, February 4th, right? And so we will have Venus in Aquarius at this point. Still, right? Sextiling Chiron in Aries. And so there's about 4 sextiles with Chiron in Aries. Chiron represents, you know, our deep wounds. Sextiles are opportunities. So all these aspects that are happening with Chiron are actually great. They give you this opportunity to heal all month. And this is Venus. So there's something here where you're repairing trust, okay? Where you just become empowered in the end. And it's Venus in Aquarius. So it could be a relationship. It could be, a business partner, someone that, like colleagues, someone you work with. Because remember, Chiron in Aries is your 10th house. So a lot of this has to do with work or career or, again, your reputation. But it is Venus, themes that have to do with like love and money, self-worth as well. All right. And so the reason I bring that up is because remember, Uranus stations direct. Like it's so close to this full moon. So keep that in mind. Mercury, remember, moves into Pisces as well. Let's see what's going on for you the first week of February. Cancer. Yeah. This is you. That's you. Okay. Or even if it's not you, it's just like, I mean, you got the King of Swords. And this is someone who's like a member of Mensa. Like this is the King of Swords. This is authority. This is even like just this power, as in he's the only king that looks directly at you. Like he's got nothing to hide. He's faced all his truths. He's gone through his transformation. And so this is someone who, he's the decision maker. Like a sword, he's ready to strike. He's ready to have these talks. He's ready to make things happen. That's you that first week. All right. And so, whoa, you look at you go. All right. Now the second week, Venus square Uranus. We've got Venus moving into Pisces as well. There may be something that you hear, something that you say, conversation that you have that maybe like, like you feel that it's like fated around February 12th when we have Mercury conjunct the North Node in Pisces, that higher calling, right? And then Saturn moving into Aries on February 13th. And then you got Valentine's Day. So let's see what's going on for the second week. Yeah. Cancer. Yes. There you go. You have the Seven of Swords. Oh, this is like a very cerebral first 2 weeks for you. You're plotting things, you're planning things, you're clever, okay? You got the power. You got the power. Just remember to be honest with yourself. Yeah? This is a little bit of strategy. It's a little bit of like getting away with things and, but it's kind of like the best show on earth, Survivor, right? You have to outwit, outlast, play. I just like these two together, but you really have to be honest with yourself, okay? And truths will come to the surface, especially with all this change that's happening. Yeah. Don't resist the change. Be the change. It might have to do with money or relationships. Now, the third week, you got Mercury trine Jupiter in your sign. Okay. The new moon solar eclipse. We have Venus conjuncting the North Node, the move into Pisces season, and then Saturn conjunct Neptune. All right. And then, of course, Venus trining Jupiter in your sign. Let's see what's going on for you the third week. That's a loaded week, the third week. All right. Cancer. There you go. Page of Pentacles. Look at you go. Look at you go. Look at you planting those seeds for this new moon solar eclipse, right? Oh my gosh. Page of Pentacles. It's in, that eclipse is in Aquarius. Like I said, that's your money house. But this is great. This is you. Just, there's something new coming into your world. It could be a new job. It could be even like a side gig. There's something here that you obviously want to monetize. But it, again, Pentacles can be something in your physical world. It could actually be, a suitor, right? But there's more. Page of Pentacles, he's like a big student. So it's almost like you're investing your time into something that you want to see grow. So yeah, it's so it could be a relationship, but that's really great. I really feel like there's something here. I mean, you do have Venus trine Jupiter in sign. So love, money, creative projects. There could be some offer coming through. Now, the last week, Mercury goes retrograde. We have the Sun conjunct the North Node. We have Mars square Uranus as well. It's a couple things. There's a couple things, but we'll talk about your weekly forecast. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of February. You win. Yeah, you have like the best reading. I can't even like, because it tells this story. It's this journey of your transformation. There's so much empowering moments here. Look, this is like your month of empowerment. You've just got the card of like victory and success and, you know, recognition, public recognition. This is a procession. Yeah. So you're good. I love it. That's your third six too. Remember, six is harmonizing. There's so much harmony and there's support around you the entire time. Listen, you've got the sixes and the pips. They all have they're like more than one people in the sixes, right? So there's support. There's it's almost like someone's got your back, and it could be you too, but there's support all around you. I think you're good. This is a great month for you. It's such a journey. Anyway, Cancer, thanks so much. Next week we'll go deeper in the aspects, and yeah, the second spread. Oh, we'll look at love. We'll look at career. We'll look at money. We'll look at everything. Tier 3 members. Really good and legendary members. You know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join. We have so much fun. Cancer, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, share, hype. That was the thing. That's like that new thing. Anyway, Cancer. Oh gosh, it got dark. Y'all are amazing. All right, I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.